All right, guys, welcome back. This is Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. Got a really special video here for you today. We're going to be checking out the Daniel Defense DD5V4. This is the newest iteration of this rifle from DD, and these are made right here in Georgia, keeping Georgians employed. That's always a cool thing. That makes me happy, of course. Man, what a great auto-loading rifle. These things are fantastic. You know, this is made on an AR-10 type of platform, so you can get these in 6.5 Creed, 308 Winchester, of course. We are shooting 308 here today. We'll go over some of the specs of the rifle. These things are fantastic, and they are certainly an excellent departure for this series of rifles. They've made a lot of really great improvements to this gun, and you know, man, great materials, excellent craftsmanship goes into these rifles. Getting this thing out has been a lot of fun. We haven't done a lot with the AR-10 in general, so this is really cool to kind of dive into this a bit. I would like to take a quick moment to thank the folks at Big Daddy Unlimited for getting us in some ammo for today's video. We're shooting up some Federal 175 grain match ammo that we're going to be running through this particular rifle all day here today. And running really nice. Have not had any issues out of it. We are running it suppressed here today. The barrel's threaded 5/8 by 24, and we've got an SDN6 mounted on this gun. We do have an adjustable gas block on this, so one departure for the Daniel Defense and the DD5 is getting into the adjustable gas block. That makes suppressing it really nice. We're getting perfect ejection right where we want to have it. We'll talk a little bit more as we go. I'll finish off this magazine. It is SR25 magazine compatible. We'll finish off the rest of our 175s. I've got my dope card up here. This is a little cheat sheet from Coltac. How cool is that? Look at that. You just pull your Velcro card off and write your dope down. We're showing 1.1 mils to get out to 300. Okay. That's an Atlas bipod on this particular rifle. Let's just have a little fun. This thing's almost boringly accurate. I mean, it's just wonderful. Let's take a few more shots here. Coyote. Man, all right, gopher, 300 yards. I mean, dude, this thing is a bullet delivery machine. Gosh, those 175s shoot so good out of this thing.
That's the video.
Yeah, well, there's a few more details to talk about, all right? This thing's obviously extremely accurate. We are gonna get down the rabbit hole a little bit on some of the features, okay? So let's discuss that. In a future video, future as in later today, we're gonna be filming a comparison between this and the SCAR 20S. We thought pitting this against something very similar would be really fun. So expect that video. All right, I'm not gonna go into those semantics in this particular video. We want this to be just about the DD5V4. Average accuracy, okay? Now, we've only shot 175 grain Federal match grade ammo, the gold medal match, but we do plan on shooting more bullet weights and more brands and doing a little bit more of a full battery of accuracy testing in a future video, okay? Average group size, 1.35 inches. Velocity as measured from this 18-inch barrel are 2472 with a 78 extreme spread, 18.8 standard deviation, okay? And that was over a course of several groups. So the gun is certainly minute capable. I would imagine with some more ammo testing, 1 minute is certainly the capability of the rifle, no problem. That is certainly not an issue. The barrel is a 1 11-inch twist, right-hand twist. This one's 18 inches. They also make this rifle in a 6.5 Creedmoor. We opted for 308 because we love 308s, but we may look into a 6.5 Creedmoor in a future video. Why would you want a 6.5 Creedmoor? Well, the 6.5 Creedmoor shoots a lot flatter than 308, and people have really been moving forward with the 6.5 Creedmoor for long-range use just because of its flat shooting nature, excellent ballistic coefficients on the projectiles. Man, just really delivering the goods. Now, as 308s go, this sucker is amazing. I have not had more fun shooting a 308 in quite a while than I have shooting this gun so far. So we're moving kind of back. Of course, their rail system that uses a proprietary 4-bolt mounting arrangement. So this is proprietary to Daniel Defense, and it makes a solid mounting platform for anything that you would put on this rail system. You can see there's M-LOK compatibility through and throughout with the full pick rail on top. That tends to be certainly a normal style of manufacturing that many companies are kind of going after now, is that sleek and low profile rail system. With M-LOK compatibility, M-LOK seems to be the industry standard moving forward over key mod. All right, you heard it.
Absolutely. Well, it's been proven that M-LOK is much stronger than key mod.
Yes, I mean, it is stronger. Proven. And I think that, you know, having the industry kind of zone in on that type of setup also makes parts support a lot easier, and it helps the manufacturers of accessories kind of dial in, okay, we've all decided we're going to use M-LOK. Well, then that becomes sort of an industry standard at that point. I am an M-LOK kind of guy, so I'm happy to see M-LOK. All right. The receiver and lower are made out of 7075 T6 and forged. They are completely ambidextrous. Okay, so you have the bolt stop and bolt release can be actuated from both sides of the rifle, as well as the magazine release and the safety. This one has the Geissele SSA. I don't think it's the enhanced model. It's just a standard SSA that's in this gun, which is fantastic. I am a huge fan of Mr. Geissele's triggers. They are fantastic. You know we love them. And the Geissele's have been definitely making their splash really hard into the OEM world. And it's so cool to see Daniel Defense offering this gun with a Geissele trigger. They do offer this rifle with a standard military trigger as well if you don't want to pay the extra money for the Geissele, because it is a considerable upgrade. But they do offer that option. You can order this with a military trigger as well, mil-spec trigger. Some very special enhancements that have been made on this particular rifle also. All right, there, and I had to write this down to make sure I didn't forget on this, but the rip and grip charging handle, okay, it's a very ambidextrous friendly charging handle, so that makes this rifle truly ambidextrous. The only thing that doesn't have that type of functionality is the forward assist, which can only be actuated from the right side of the rifle, so there's not like a dual forward assist or anything. I guess they just deem that to not really be much of an issue. One very special consideration on this particular rifle is the design of the bolt, okay? They've changed quite a few things on the bolt mechanism over some of the previous designs. One being the DLC coating on the bolt. I mean, you can, look at that. You can wipe the carbon and stuff and fouling right off. It's like a super slick coating, which makes cleaning super easy, okay? Another thing that they did with the bolt is they added dual ejectors. The extractor definitely has some improved geometry. They added the buffer weight to the actual bolt on this. So that's a definite departure from a lot of other AR-10 designs that you're going to see. And that allows this system to run very optimally suppressed. So in combination with the adjustable gas system and the way that this bolt is designed, it's really great for suppressed use, and it makes the felt recoil impulse super gentle. This is a very gentle shooting 308. You notice that the stock design here is more of an M4 setup that is on this rifle. It has a collapsible M4 stock. A lot of people prefer like a, I know Chad was mentioning earlier, liking like an A2 style stock. You can certainly still go with something like that if you wanted, but you would think that the stock design wouldn't be as comfortable to shoot, or that it would feel a little weird or ungainly or a little off, but it's really not. It's an extremely comfortable gun to shoot that it's like shooting a big AR. You don't feel like you're shooting a 308. It really has the felt recoil impulse, of a regular AR. It really does not feel that bad at all in terms of the felt recoil impulse. It has a nice flaring on the mag well, that makes your mag changes really easy and convenient. One thing on the Daniel Defense, and this is pretty consistent across all of their rifle designs, is they have a combination of rubber and polymer. And so this sort of rubberized polymer stock and grip that they have in terms of their furniture. So it's got this molded rubber in here, which is really nice. It's very, very comfortable to shoot. We have standard 20 round SR25 magazines with 175 grain match ammo. We'll probably go and shoot this gun at a little bit longer range here in a bit, but my initial thoughts are that this rifle is extremely well made. Out of the box, I mean, she was good to go. Really, really easy to put an optic on, get it zeroed in. I mean, it took us maybe about 40 shots to kind of foul in the barrel, and then we shot, you know, a few groups for record, and we were quickly getting, as advertised, accuracy out of the rifle. And I would imagine that as time goes on and this barrel breaks in a little bit more, I think, especially with a little bit of ammo testing, we can see very consistent 1 minute groups out of this rifle, which, you know, for an auto loader, we're certainly getting into some really nice territory on that. I mean, I think a lot of people can agree. If you got an auto loader that can shoot a minute, you're doing pretty good, okay? Which we'll get into that. All right, let's try the other side. I know we always use the bolt stop on the left side of the receiver. Let's try the one on the right side of the receiver. Oh, I used the left-handed one. Okay. One thing I want to mention too is there are a couple of QD studs. We've got a QD sling point mount here on the rear of the receiver. We've got one here on the rear of the stock. That looks like a QD point. And I didn't happen to see if there are any QD points up on the forwardmost section of the rail. I don't see them, but you've got plenty of M-LOK accessory space there to add anything you want. In fact, the piece of pick rail here on the bottom, we added in order to facilitate the use of our Atlas bipod. All right, man. And the little Coltac sheet is helping. And wow, Chad, we have dope on this card. Go out to 600 yards.
Indeed.
We may have to test that today. All right.
Going for the coyote's head?
Yeah.
All right, you're just low. There you go. Just right past his head. Oh, there you go.
Doming him.
Well, you shot his, yeah, you shot his entire face off.
Okay. Kind of a strange sentence. Hey, you shot his face off. I mean, dude, what more does the gun need to do? That's just fantastic accuracy.
Now, if you're wondering why those groups are slightly left, I usually zero them slightly left for spin drift at longer range.
Okay.
Okay, so usually you got to compensate just a little bit, but this is more for like man-sized targets.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, what
it's
a
MOA.
fantastic gun.
It's MOA all day long.
Gosh, yeah. And I'm shooting pretty fast too. We probably will take this gun out to a little bit longer range. I would really love to see how this thing will do at about 600 yards, which is the longest range we have available here. And in my opinion, I feel like that's where an auto-loading 308 really excels, is between like 600 and 800 yards. So let's try this thing at 6. Man, what a shooter. You know, I feel like we're really gonna light a dumpster fire when we do the 20S versus this gun, you know, in a video. I don't know. I mean, I like both of them, but this gun is definitely growing on me. All right, guys, we've got the DD5V4 up here on the hill. We're gonna shoot 600 yards. My Coltac cheat sheet is telling me 5 mils. I'm gonna dial up to 5 on the Mark IV. which is 1 complete rotation. You got 5 mils per rotation. All right, so we have dialed up. All right, looking good. Let's give it a try. 175 grain Federal Sierra match. I'm just gonna go right on, Chad, right for it.
Yeah, I forgot to repaint that steel, but that's okay.
It's all right.
All right, send it when you're ready. Okay, looks like you were right over the top. Shoot one more. Yep, okay. So you're right over the top of the plate. Make a correction and let me know what you're correcting to.
2/10 of a mil.
Okay. Let's see where you're at with that. That's 4.8.
4.8.
Okay. Impact. All right, the wind's picking you up just a tiny bit. Let's see. Hold 0.5 left. There you go.
Going for the 8-inch popper.
Okay, we got a little bit of extra wind. Maybe hold, give it about 0.6.
Got it. 8-inch popper, 600.
All right, give it 0.5.
0.5, yep.
Impact. Impact.
Just right over the top. Man, woo! What a smooth shooting 308, dude.
It sends them in there.
That is fantastic. What a smooth shooting rifle. I mean, just great recoil impulse. Very, very approachable. I mean, very familiar, you know, so it's just a big AR, you know, which is just great.
All right, stand by here.
Yeah, that wind is blowing pretty hard.
It is. Hang on one sec.
That's a pretty good group down there.
All right.
I mean, not bad. I really feel like this is where semi-auto 308 really excels the most, is like 600 to 800. You know, I've tried shooting a lot of these types of guns out to $1,000 and I've had kind of mixed results. So I feel like this is really where these guns excel quite a bit. And the wind is, in case you can't tell, the wind is blowing pretty hard out here. So we're probably gonna have to increase our wind holds. You ready, Chad?
Yeah, give it a 1 mil hold left.
Full value. Tell you what, just for a challenge, let's go for the 8-inch popper.
Yeah.
Full value wind hold.
Full value wind right now. Come on. Is everyone ready? All right, 0.9.
0.5.
Give it a 1.1 then.
You sure about that?
Yeah, it keeps picking up.
Nope, negative. 0.5 wind hold.
Well, right when you squeeze the trigger, the wind like died downrange. Just left. You got it. It's all like dancing all around there.
Yep. That's a tough shot. 8-inch popper at that distance is a pretty tough little target to hit. I'll tell you what, just for fun, I'm gonna try to take a few shots at the gopher.
Go ahead. The wind
600 yards.
The wind is changing down there a good bit, Eric. It's going between like 3 miles an hour and up to about 9.
Yep.
You hit him at the base there. just left of him. Right in front of him.
Okay.
Just behind his back.
I think the wind died down.
It did down there. You just back on the big plate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess the wind must have died down. I was giving it a wind hold. A lot of fun. All right. She is getting probably a little bit warm. That SDN6 always does a great job on an autoloader. This is the same suppressor I run on my Scar 20S, and it's a great setup. Definitely a gun that anybody can shoot accurately, no problem. The wind is playing around with us a little bit, but overall, very, very nice setup indeed. Very nice. All right, we got one more mag, and this thing's getting pretty hot. I'm just gonna kind of go for it, but I'm very impressed with the DD5V4. This is a really nice setup, and we haven't had a single malfunction, of course. No real issues there. I'm just gonna send a couple in here.
You gotta warn me on what you're shooting before you shoot it.
I'm gonna try the 18.
Okay. All right, so you're off at 7 o'clock now, so whatever you're doing for wind.
What the heck?
Yeah, you're off at 7 o'clock.
Did the wind change directions?
Hang on, stand by. Yes, the wind did change directions.
Oh boy.
So give it about a 0.5 right hold now.
Oh boy.
All right, so you're hovering up under it now. There you go.
It just throws them right in there, dude.
Flinging some lead.
All right, guys, stay tuned. We're gonna have another video coming up on this rifle where we're gonna compare it directly against the Scar 20S. All right, and I am going to dial back down 5 mils so that if we ever go to shoot this thing again, we don't want to wind up in a position where we're shooting, you know, 3 feet over the top of the target and wondering where the heck the round is going. So, all right, I dial back down. Expect that video soon, guys. Would definitely like to take a moment to thank all of our Patreon supporters. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for helping us put together these videos. Those of you who purchase t-shirts over on Ballistic Ink, thank you so very much for the support and for, you know, appreciating what we do. And definitely go check out our man cans. We got some great ones for sale. I know you guys are going to love them. Those are all ways that you can support the channel directly if you wish to. Have a great day. Oh yeah, this gun's a winner, man. Oh yeah, good stuff. Have a good one.